Welcome back, everyone. This is Super Kelly Brothers Podcast, episode 173 for the 7th of August, 2022. My name is Sloan Kelly.
My name's Jody Kelly.
The years keep coming and they don't stop coming. To almost quote Smash Mouth.
Yeah. Sorry, I was having a bit of a laughing fit there, something Sloan said earlier. And I'm just trying to recover. Yes. August already.
I know, crazy.
You've been over.
You've been over.
I've been over. You've went back. I've come back.
You've come back.
Woo!
And now we're in our respective box.
I'm below my large.
You have your large clock.
And you're in your den.
My dungeon. I haven't noticed something. I haven't changed the number.
Uh-oh.
It should be episode 173 and not 172 there, but never mind.
Cool.
Wee Easter egg for those of you who are watching the Black and White TV.
Yeah.
So how's your week?
Okay. We had Evelyn was away this weekend with our friends, so it was just me and the boys. So we watched lots of inappropriate films, not like that, don't worry, and played lots of computer games.
Cool.
Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Nice.
Remastered. And
good soundtrack.
Prey. Yeah, really good. And we watched Prey, and we watched...
Oh, did you watch Prey?
Uh-huh. And we watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
My least favourite of all Indiana Jones movies.
Me too.
And that includes the Crystal Skull.
Me too. And however, it's quite a good inroads, I think, to Indiana Jones because there's a lot of action in it, and it's quite scary.
Oh, also has a Star Wars reference in it as well.
I'll tell you what, as well, right? I mean, I'll talk about this later, but you know how everybody goes on about the fridge in Indiana Jones? You know how stupid it is.
It's not, but okay.
Right. Well, does nobody remember the bloody raft scene at the start of Temple of Doom? It's ridiculous. That's much more ridiculous.
Or, well, there's the raft scene as well, but also the refrigerator thing was actually based on something that could actually happen because it was a lead refrigerator.
Yeah, but everybody says about that. But come on, the raft scene is much more ridiculous.
The ant scene is much more ridiculous. In Indiana Jones and Crystal Skull.
Crystal Skull, huh?
Yeah. Like killer ant scenes. And also the fencing thing, because we mentioned fencing earlier on, so we should make sure that Mutt gets a wee fencing thing in there.
Yeah. But they do that, though. You can see now that we've watched these films and we're used to, you can see the kind of structure of these films, the way they're set up, definitely.
Yeah. And I guess we're going to see quite a lot of that when the MCU comes back.
Yeah.
We need to do it when James is away on holiday. Hi, James.
Yeah.
So when he's back, I think we'll do a rundown of the highlights
of Phase 4.
Which is will be an interesting conversation.
Well, it's not quite complete yet, obviously.
We'll get Wakanda Forever, which is November,
and She-Hulk as well.
She-Hulk as well, yeah. That's right.
So we've got those. I think they're the only two. Isn't it?
I think so. Yeah. We watched Ms. Marvel yet?
Incomplete. We've not went back to it. I need to get back to it. I know.
Dear.
I was enjoying.
Honestly, it is hands down my favorite Marvel TV.
I'll tell you what. I think me and Evelyn will watch it. I think Danny lost interest for some reason. He liked the first 2 episodes, then the third one went a wee bit kind of
I'm just going to let you run through it.
Will they explain stuff?
Exposition.
And he kind of lost a bit of interest. We kind of all did a wee bit, but we'll get back into it. I've heard very good things about it.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you have to slow down and do a wee bit of exposition.
Basil exposition.
Basil exposition, yeah, exactly. That's the reason why they called that character that name, because he would come in and tell Austin Powers
how it is.
What he was doing, yeah. What a great device. Well done. Well done, Mike Myers. Well done. Did you know that? Did we talk about this before? That Austin Powers was actually a character that he created for after he left Saturday Night Live, and it was a group called Ming T that he was in with Susanna Hoffs.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the Austin Powers movies came later.
Yeah, because Wayne's World was first.
Yeah. Wayne's World, and that was excellent.
Exactly. But was Married to an Axe Murderer, or was that?
Oh, that was well before that. Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know if that was prior to. No, because that's the one that mentions the Pentaveret. That's his dad mentions that to. His pal. I can't remember the actor's name yet. I want to say Anthony.
I thought it was that. Then it was Austin Powers.
Might have been. Heat pants new.
So Married to an Axe Murderer. I don't think he wrote that, did he?
No, I don't think so. But I think that might have been late 90s as well. That feels late 90s.
93.
That was 93?
And Austin Powers.
Oh my God. That was 97.
International Man of Mystery.
Was the first one 95?
Movies. Talk amongst yourselves. My slow internet. 1997. There you go.
It was 97. All right.
So yeah, that was his kind of third attempt at a movie.
Cool.
There you go. Right. Thanks, folks. See you next week.
Shall we crack on with some news items?
Yeah, that went on a bit.
That went on a bit.
Not as much as last week's international jet setting stories, but anyway, that did go on a bit. Sorry, everybody.
Sad news, and this came shortly after we wrapped recording last week, but we lost Nichelle Nichols. Lieutenant Uhura from.
She's doing the thing.
The old Star Trek. She's doing the old one of them.
Never leaves you.
Live long and prosper. 89.
Yeah.
I believe she was.
Yeah.
I don't know when this picture was taken, but yeah. What a legend.
Absolutely.
What else can you say about Nichelle Nichols other than what a legend?
Yeah, completely. And totally a pioneer, obviously. First kiss between white and American African.
First interracial kiss, and I'm pretty sure that it didn't play well in certain states.
Yeah. Was that
in the US?
What was that in TV period, or was that just in
TV and period?
US TV?
No, was TV period. I think. Yeah.
Was it?
Are
you sure?
Or at least it was certainly US. I know. If it's not, then okay, fine.
Well,
let us know below.
It's probably the most widely known one.
It's the iconic one.
Yeah, totally. First crush, Sloan, probably one of the first crushes. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Or in Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Or Wonder Woman. Let me think. Who else? I've got a few. I've got a top 10. We should do a top 10 first crush. Maybe crushes.
Or not.
Right. Okay. Here's my list.
Anyway, Nichelle Nichols, absolute legend.
Yeah.
And she ended up. She did actually command a starship as well at the end, which was really good.
Oh, that's good.
Kind of communications relay type thing.
Yes, and she'll be commanding a starship in the sky right now as we speak.
That's right. She will be. Yeah. So, rest in peace, Nichelle.
Yeah.
Exciting news though from the world of Star Wars.
Oh.
The Star Wars.
More? You mean more? How more could we be excited right now?
Well, I'll tell you. Cassian Andor trailer dropped, as they say. Filmed entirely in Pitlochry. In Scotland. This is all Scotland. If you want to know what Scotland looks like, it looks fairly drizzly with Star Destroyers.
Right, see that shot?
That shot there, yeah.
Nobody's mentioned this, but you're not pausing it then.
All right, you want me to pause it? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it just me, or is the scale off?
I would have thought it would be bigger.
At that point, I would have thought it would be bigger. That hill doesn't look that big,
Yeah,
and the way she's standing,
yeah.
it's not that far away from her.
It does look a bit modelly now that you come to mention it.
I'd expect it to be
that's
filling
good.
the whole. I'd expect a Star Destroyer to
Well,
be
it should be.
filling the
It's
whole.
that. It's the whole thing at the start where you see the
If
ship
it's
like
the
that.
same,
It just keeps going on and on and
or
on.
maybe it's a wee mini version. Maybe it's a small.
Maybe.
Because I would expect that to
Actually,
be
it might be.
filling the whole frame.
Actually, does a Star Destroyer not have 5 engines? That's only got 3.
Oh God, have I made a mistake?
I don't know. Star Destroyer. That's where we look and see what I can find. Engines.
Let's geek this out.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, here you go.
So it's not a Star Destroyer.
There you go. It might not be a Star Destroyer because that's quite
Right.
a lot more
that one
engines
down.
there.
It's the one down below, bottom right.
This one here?
Bottom left, sorry. Oh, that one in the middle
That one
there.
there, yeah.
What's that one then?
No, that one's the same. Yeah, it's got those ones there.
Uh-huh.
So yes, that's Imperial Star Destroyer.
I'm not convinced
Maybe
of the
that is
scale. I don't think the scale's
Yeah, I'm
correct.
not convinced that. In fact, that is the same thing as that one.
Because for me, that would fill the top, kind of top of the screen.
Yeah.
And there's no shadow getting cast either. Surely everything would have been shadow if something was in the atmosphere that close. Sorry.
Well, the shadow seems to be coming from the top. Sorry, the light source seems to be coming from the top left. No, but slightly behind and to the left.
It's not. It's the light's going against the side of the hill.
Yeah, come down here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
surely you'd expect it to cast a shadow.
Surely cast a shadow.
Unless, of course, it's made entirely of light, in which case it wouldn't cast a shadow.
Anyway, I think we're maybe going too deep here.
I think so, yeah.
Anyway, just being picky. Apart from
that, I'm looking forward to it. I don't care about the scale. So this is them strip mining the planet here, and
so this is Cassian, I think, as a kid coming in.
Yeah, sneaking into the pipe here. Apparently, there's going to be a lot more political intrigue and all that kind of stuff, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, me too.
I was not okay with in the Phantom Menace. I have my reasons. It's a Star Wars movie. I don't think that's the place for political intrigue.
No, Rogue One was, and this is 100%.
Yes. Apparently, the director of this has said that if you felt sad when Cassian Andor died in Rogue One, you'll feel even sadder now.
Oh God!
So I don't know what he's going to do with the character, but
no, I think probably just you feel sadder because of what he was. I suppose maybe.
This is all the ISB guys. So this is the High Heejin guy who's apparently in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Apparently they cast Game of Thrones the same time as they cast Star Wars. You know,
did they?
When Game of Thrones was running. So there's a lot of kind of guys that kind of went Star Wars and Game of Thrones and kind of in between as well. Yeah, he's one of them.
So they're just normal Navy, Imperial Navy guys.
I love the voiceover. It's great.
Yeah, this is Cassian Andor again.
Satisfied.
Yeah. And there he is again. There's the man himself, Diego Luna. What's his face? Skarsgård.
Good old, Alexander, is it?
Alexander Skarsgård, yeah. And there's another ISP with the old Death Troopers in the background there. They're garbled communications.
Yeah.
There's a few things where I'm like, is that clones in the background? And so I think this is the sort of transition period of Star Wars. And so I think this must be like the old Ventadors getting cut in two and scrapped and stuff like that. There's some colouring inside it. I like all that as well. World building, dear.
You're right.
And again, that's very, see that there? That's very kind of Ventador-y type with the red and the cream. So this is another thing as well. So it's streaming. First 3 episodes are streaming September 21st, which is exactly 3 weeks after they said it was going to come out.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they're just saying, okay, we'll give you the 3 episodes that you basically to catch up.
Yeah.
because they obviously have a schedule that says, okay,
Exactly.
Andor has to end on
Exactly.
this date.
Mm-hmm.
So they're giving you the first 3 episodes the first day. So I don't think it's
Yeah.
any. I think there's maybe like a special effects shot, maybe the first special effects shot they want to redo or something, and then that's what's caused
well, a lot of folk are saying it's probably because it's overlapping with She-Hulk, the last 3 episodes of She-Hulk,
Okay.
and they don't want that to happen again, which is good for us because that was murder when what was it, Hawkeye
Loki and
was it Loki and Bad Batch?
Bad Batch, yeah,
overlapped.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll probably do that again. You know, the way they've
scheduling
try
and all
that. Try and avoid it.
Try and avoid it. Yeah.
Great shot, another great shot.
Yeah. So there's a ship.
Yeah, I mean, there's great shot after great shot. That's get bad. Blade Runner, the
start
Blade Runner,
the 2039, 2049.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah, 2049. There's the guys from Saw Gerrera's unit.
Yep.
So that's him, less grey there.
I hope they don't have the old Boudica or whatever it was. What was the thing?
That's the Imperial foot soldier guys, the mud troopers. So it's the same ones that they used in Solo.
Yep, very good. Good.
And then there's obviously a rebellion getting crushed there. Obviously, they don't want to send their kids to the Hunger Games.
No.
And then these are the troop ships that they used in the Clone Wars as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's good. Great shots.
Yeah. And then there's this guy who's local militia.
That's him that was... do you know who he is? Alex Ferns, Scottish actor. He was in The Batman.
All right.
At the beginning, he's a kind of one of the inspectors or whatever at the beginning of the movie. And he was in EastEnders. And he was also in Chernobyl. Remember the miners? He was the kind of main miner.
Oh, he was the main miner guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they all turn up stark naked.
That's right.
This is a bit Blade Runner.
Yeah, looks great.
I think this is Coruscant, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah. And there's a shuttle. And there's ISB woman again.
I mean, this couldn't look any better, could it really?
No, it couldn't. It's fantastic.
I mean, this is the best looking Star Wars stuff we've seen.
There he is, and he's a senator. That's a nice shot as well.
That's a great shot. Terrific. Look at all that space stuff.
Shooty thing. There's Coruscant again, Mon Mothma, who's played by the same woman who played Mon Mothma in
Genevieve O'Reilly, is it?
Yes. She in Game of Thrones?
I don't remember her being in Game of Thrones, but she looks as if she could have been. But
probably could have been, yeah.
No, I don't think she was.
I recognise that guy.
I said yeah.
Oh, there's
she was in that lady was in Killing Eve.
Is she not Fiona Shaw? Is she not also the Aunt Dursley in Harry Potter as well?
Oh, was she? She seems to be in a lot of work these days. Yeah, she's good. She's really good.
She's really good. There's a wee shot there. Rebellion.
I'm loving it.
Oh. There's a wee rebellion thing there. And there's this guy with the 4 arms.
It looks a bit Mazkanata-ish.
Yeah, because of the glasses there. My guess is he's probably played by Simon Pegg doing a wee cameo.
Possibly.
But he's got 4 arms and he's fixing somebody there. So there's stormtroopers.
Yep.
And then there you go, Andor.
So
3-episode premiere.
That looks terrific. God, I'm going to blast all 3 episodes in one sitting. So
I don't know if I'll get that chance, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I might end up watching.
I'm saying that with all the bravado in the world, but I'll certainly try.
Interesting enough, you probably noticed that quite a lot of that was very, very cinematic.
I did.
And the reason for that is because they're old school. They're not using stagecraft.
Yeah.
They're just shooting practical sets.
Yeah.
Out in the Scottish wilds and Pitlochry.
Stagecraft as in the volume.
Yeah.
The Unreal Engine.
The technology they use.
Yeah. And I tell you what, man, boy, does it pay off.
I think
in
so, yeah.
spades.
Yeah. Because
that looks like a movie.
Because you could see in Obi-Wan there was a couple of shots you're going like, volume.
Yeah.
You can start to see it.
You can really see it now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although the volume stuff, it's been great.
it has been good. Yeah,
I think it was
yeah.
really well used, or maybe we weren't used to seeing it, but I thought it was
Mhm.
very well used in Mandalorian. But
Yeah,
you could really notice it. I think in Obi-Wan. I think.
yeah. There was a couple of, especially there's a bit with the rocks.
Mm.
That whole sequence where they're fighting, you're going like, this is just feels kind of styrofoamy set type stuff and
Yeah.
volume in the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still loved it though. I mean, I loved Obi-Wan. It was great. The more I think about Obi-Wan, the more I loved it. All the wee silly bits I could. Did you ever see the fan edit for Obi-Wan?
We started watching it.
Oh, we started watching.
Yeah,
it.
we started watching it. Yeah,
that's right. You never finished it, though. But
yeah. So Diego Luna says they hiked for hours up a mountain to get one shot. He said it was a huge effort, really dangerous to get there, and all you see around you is sky, trees, rivers, lakes. Amazing. It's like being on another planet. This is why people should come to Scotland.
Do you know what? Evelyn was up there, seeing her friend because she lives up there.
Yeah,
and I thought they were just doing pickup shots or something. I didn't realise Diogo Luna was actually there.
there you go.
If I'd known that, I'd have been like, she got some photographs of the canteen trolley.
It looked like so there's some other shots.
Catering.
I don't think it was Evelyn that got it, but it was like the Daily Record or the Mirror or whatever it was, and they get shots of like that little village scene.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I bet there was drones and stuff like that trying to buzz over.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Is there not technology though that they can do like an invisible barrier, like kind of magnetic invisible barrier to kind of try and kick them away?
I don't know. I mean, I'm presuming airports or something like that, because drones would get quite annoying at airports.
Well, that happened a few years ago at Gatwick, I think.
Heathrow,
Heathrow.
One of the other ones,
and it shut the place down for like
hours.
It was a day or two.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I know. Anyway, drone people. Let's not drone on and on about drone people. All right. Wow. Wow. Okay. Serious news now. And we'll probably get a copyright strike because we mentioned it. Warner Brothers.
Uh-oh.
What is going on at Warner Brothers? Someone needs to talk to Wacko, Yakko, and Dot. So Discovery seems to be the senior partner in this arrangement. So the guy that I know, who's the guy that does it? It's David Zaslav. Zaslav. He's basically said we're going to write some of these things off. One of them is a show called Little Ellen, which is apparently it is an animated show, and they finished production on it. It's ready to go. All they need to do is just upload it to whatever server it is, and he's gone, no, cancelling it. So the third season was ready to go, so that's gone. Batgirl's gone. Because apparently, so there was news about them losing money hand over fist. Let me see if we can find that story.
It doesn't make much sense though, and I mean, if these things are completely finished, ready to go, how bad can they be?
So this is the so initially, and people have theories. The Critical Drinker says that this is the way that the world is going and all that kind of stuff, and nobody wants to see like vapid superheroes. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, there's got to be something more to it. Follow the money. So I followed the money, and this is what I found. Warner Brothers Discovery stock drops after disappointing forecast. So what they're doing is they're now thinking to themselves, we need to get some money back. So what we can do is we can do some of these as tax write-offs. So if they make something and they don't put it onto streaming or put it onto the cinemas, they can write that off. So the 70 million that they've already paid out for Batgirl, that goes into their coffers. Like that's basically, they don't pay 70 million in tax now. So all of these are just write-offs.
But still costing them 70 grand, a million.
Well, no, because they're going to get it back by not paying it in tax.
Makes no sense.
Well, it's sort of, well, I mean, it obviously doesn't if you're a Batgirl fan.
But like I say,
Doesn't
how
make
bad
any
can
sense.
how bad can these things be?
I don't think they were bad. I think that's largely irrelevant. I think they're looking at it going like, well, it's 70 million. We're going to have to put in another 70, 100 million in advertising. We still need like 10 million probably to finish it. And they're probably looking at the bottom line and going like, we could do that, or we could just write off what we've got, and then we can make something else with that money. Because I know that this guy, he's mad keen on feature films and less keen on scripted things at HBO. Because they culled 70% of creatives at HBO Max, which is not good if you enjoy things like Our Flag Means Death, for example.
Yeah. Was Batgirl a TV show or was it a
movie?
Oh, it was a movie?
Yeah.
That's a strange one.
Yeah. So there's weird things happening over it.
But there's also the guy that worked
Warner's.
underneath Kevin Feige that's coming into Warner Bros. As well.
Well, there is also this whole thing about I can't find any details about it, so I didn't put it in any of the slides here. But they're talking about a 10-year plan for DCEU. But DCEU is all over the place. Like, I mean, at some point, somebody's just has to like hit the brakes and go like, you know what? None of this is working. Like, you get problems. You get problems with Aquaman because Amber Heard's in it, and that's problematic. You get problems with Flashpoint. Because Ezra Miller's in it, and they're problematic. You've got just the worst roster of movies. Like, they've got a movie called The Batman, which stars Robert Pattinson, and apparently that's going to spin off and do other things with it as well. But your Batman for the DCEU is Ben Affleck.
Yeah, and you've got Michael Keaton.
And you get Michael Keaton
thrown in as well.
Measure. Plus, Jared Leto is the DCEU's Joker, but you've also got Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker as well.
Yeah,
arguably a better Joker, and I mean that in box office dollars.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like. I know you didn't see
Paul.
the Justice League extended director's cut, but
no.
They crowbarred Jared Leto into that at the end, and I thought, I don't know, it was like the kind of, remember the end of Lord of the Rings, and it had like 5 different bloody endings, right? Yeah. It was like that, you know, and they added in this apocalyptic kind of thing just for the fans, I suppose, or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of confusion going on. There's no direction the way that Marvel did have. And it's funny because they had the kind of characters for Justice League kind of coming together very quickly in time so that they could release Justice League around the same time as Avengers were doing their thing. Yeah. So now they're going to do a 10-year thing, are they?
But it feels. Sam said this to me today. She said it's like when your mum says, when you ask your mum for a Barbie for Christmas and you end up getting like a Cindy. Like, it's sort of the same thing, but it's not as good. And that's what DCEU feels like to me. Is it's sort of the same thing, but not as good as the MCU. Like, there's a couple of standout things in there. Shazam's good.
Oh yeah.
I've got no problem with Shazam. That is all.
No, I don't agree with that. the Batman. We both enjoyed that.
But that's not DCEU though.
Oh, that's true.
That's separate. That's what I mean. That's what I
Aye.
mean is so that you get the Joker and you get the Batman, and they're both great movies, but they're not part of DCEU. They're part of the DC cinema, but they're not part of DCEU.
Yeah,
It's an absolute mess over there. It's like you've got to think about what you're doing. Like nobody's coming up and going like, you know what would be nice? A new Iron Man movie. It's like, nope, it's not going to happen.
I actually thought that they were going to shake things up, but not following Marvel, kind of following their own kind of path. Maybe they are. This 10-year thing is some different, but
Maybe
it sounds as if it's going to be a 10-year thing that's going to culminate into. Well, I also heard that Superman is not gone, and it's very much part of the main kind of goal that Warner Bros. Have for the DCEU. Yeah, Henry Cavill or not, I don't know.
So I watched the first one, the one with
Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's the one with what's his face? Michael Shannon plays General Zod.
Great actor.
Yep. I mean, that's the thing is like, I mean, you know, both of these universes, the DCEU and the MCEU, they're not hiring idiots.
No,
from it.
Russell Crowe was in it as well.
Russell Crowe was in it, exactly. Yeah. But there's just something about the execution that they just don't get quite right. Like Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman, didn't enjoy it.
I did.
I didn't enjoy Aquaman either.
I did, but not the second time I watched it.
Yeah, there's just something not right about it, and I'm sorry. I know it's me. I just can't put my finger on it. But I think so far the MCU's done a better job of it. All in all, there's a couple of duds in there, obviously, but for the most part, they've done it, and they have a thread that goes all the way through the movies, and everything feels consistent. And I think that's what wins me over on it, as well as there's a consistency there, and there's little to no consistency with DC.
No,
like they've got 2 Jokers, 14 Batman.
Yeah. I mean, it could be comic book fatigue as well. You know, people are getting kind of a bit. Everything's got to be a superhero. I think their animated thing didn't do that well either. The Super Pets, was a disappointment. Apparently,
I thought it went okay.
No, review-wise, people have liked it, but I think it's been a disappointment in the box office. That's what I heard.
Super Pets, box office mojo. 23 million opening.
Yeah,
that's not so good. That's weird. I mean, it's Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart. I mean, it's you know.
Yep.
These guys are good.
Yep.
So yeah, that is.
Well, it's meant to be a good film, you
know. 83 worldwide. Well, I'm sure it'll come to HBO Max.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing as well, isn't it? Do you think a lot of people are sitting waiting? Because I know I did for Buzz Lightyear, and thought, it's coming on to Disney Plus. I'll not bother going to see it in the cinema.
Yeah,
I think that's happening with a lot of these films.
Yeah,
and
I mean, to be honest, I mean, the last. So we went to the cinema when I was across. And we watched Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I don't. I mean, I know everyone goes, "Oh, you get the better sound system and all that kind of stuff." Honestly, I'm not convinced. It's a better experience. It's a better viewing experience than just sitting in front of your TV at home.
Yeah, but not everybody slows get your setup, your easy boys.
Okay, so I went up the stairs. We watched Buzz Lightyear upstairs on the telly.
I know, and
it was fine. It was great.
People are watching things in tablets and things like that, you know.
Well, this is the thing, though, is that people aren't watching movies the same way that they used to watch movies. And so you've got this big spectacular thing, which actually we haven't talked about that, as well as the fact that effects houses are going like, "Are you kidding me? You're announcing all these movies?"
Oh yeah, and they can't handle it.
and they can't handle it.
Aye, true.
Which is
Because
another
there
thing.
must be. It's all the same guys that work in these things. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got Weta, you've got ILM,
Yeah.
you've got I don't know who else.
But you've got,
Well,
but
big
for
ones,
every one of these big ILM, Weta Workshop, all that kind of stuff, for every one of those guys, you've got 100 to 200 smaller shops that are just doing like little like touch up jobs, composition types work, and like that takes a lot. Like it's like, okay, you're doing this thing, and then you're okay, you've got to do this next thing over here. You're like, what am I working on now? And it's a pain because you've got to get all the assets and everything, and it's just logistically it's a nightmare. Yeah, and it takes time to do these things. So yeah, they're up in arms as well, which we never mentioned in this one here. But yeah, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it is just fatigue. Maybe this is the end of the run for superhero movies.
Well, like we've said, I don't think it's the end of the run, but like we've said, the Marvel Phase 4 has been kind of lackluster as well. But
they've explained it in a way that was not satisfying to me. They said that it was this is what happens when you get a big event in your life, is that you have a sort of like a lull, and you sort of regroup, and then you sort of like think about what you're doing, and then you kind of get back on your feet again.
Yeah,
because
I'm like, I think that's probably fair. I think that's probably fair because not everything has to kind of, the way the previous 23 movies all culminated into this big end game.
Yeah.
They've obviously not done that with this phase, but I think they are with the next phase, like we were talking about last week. But,
5 and 6. Well, 5 is leading into 5 feels like that's a lead up to phase 6, because I think phase 6 is the one with the 2 Avenger movies.
Oh, is that phase 6? Is it?
Yeah.
It's funny how they announced those so early on, isn't it?
It is, especially considering that there's so many
gaps
in phase 6.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, and I don't know whether they're going to be TV shows or whatever.
I don't like it when they announce stuff too early. That Star Wars have been doing that too many times.
Yeah,
and there's been problems with Patty Jenkins.
Where's Red Squadron?
Yeah,
or Rogue Squadron. Sorry,
don't know.
Rogue Squadron. Rouge Squadron. Rogue Squadron, I think it is.
Whatever it's called. Droids. There's an animated series called Droids. I think that's still in the go.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, where's his movie?
I don't think that's happening.
Don't announce them. I think it is, but that's supposed to be the first one. But it will not be next year. It'll be the year after.
Yeah.
The way things are going, but I don't
know. Shall we move on to the next story in the rundown? People are complaining about Netflix, and it's not about what you think. Apparently, people are complaining about the Sandman. The aspect ratio is off for some people because it's kind of like elongated and kind of stretchy and all this kind of stuff. Did you watch the Sandman?
Yeah, I've started. I'm on episode 3.
I finished episode 1, and I thought, this is very Neil Gaiman.
Very, it really is. And sometimes I find it a bit heavy.
We love Neil Gaiman.
Yeah. I can find he can get a bit heavy, but but I do like I like what he does. He puts real world and juxtaposes it with fantasy world. It's he's quite likes doing, that's his kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's really well done. I've also heard that people moaning about the blacks are too black. The shadows are too dark.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You can adjust the brightness in your TV.
I'll be honest with you, it's not putting me off any of those things. I'm really enjoying it. And I tell you what, do you know
the funny thing is, I never noticed it.
I never noticed it either, but I've read folk complaining about it. But how good does he look as Sandman, by the way?
Really good. That guy looks amazing as Sandman.
I mean, you could pick an illustration out one of those books, and it's him.
And you go, that's the guy. That's that guy.
Unbelievable.
Really good. I watched it. We'll talk about it later on. I watched the first episode, and like we've watched Good Omens, we've watched, which is him and Terry Pratchett.
Terry
Pratchett and him are very similar, I find. Please comment below as to why you think I'm wrong. I think they're similar. All right. Good Omens, American Gods, and what was the other one we watched as well? There's something else we watched.
Coraline.
No, well, the Coraline's good as well, but there's something else. There's another TV show. I can't remember it. Anyway, yeah, and this is just another one in a long line of good. Oh, that was it. Lucifer. We used to watch Lucifer.
Oh, is that one of his?
Which is
that one of his?
Yeah, that's one of his.
I don't
know. Anyway, so Lucifer Morningstar. Hannah Detective. So yeah, people are complaining about Netflix again, but
get over it.
It's fabulous so far, but why does everyone look so stretched upwards? It's supposed to be dreamy, and am I just uncultured swine? Or is there something wrong with my aspect ratio? Oh dear. I
actually think if that's the case, I think they've probably done it on purpose to kind of
to annoy people,
make it look a little bit off world.
Probably, yeah.
You know,
to be honest, I never noticed it.
I never noticed it.
Charles Dance looked like Charles Dance to me, but
yeah,
well, I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good, man.
Can't play this, but I'll show you some still images from it. They dropped a trailer for Joker 2, Folie à Deux. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know what that means. People are saying it's a musical.
I hope it is.
I
hope it's got musical elements in it.
Lady Gaga is in it. She's going to play. She's going to be Hart there.
Yeah.
On there. Yeah. She's going to play Harley Quinn. I think she's going to be great as Harley Quinn. Much as Margot Robbie is fantastic as Harley Quinn.
I think she'll really rip it up. Actually, I think she'll be cracking.
I think she'll be good.
She's a great actress.
She is a good actress. Yeah.
She really embodies the characters. I think that she plays. Very few films I've seen her in.
I think there will be musical interludes, and I think it will be the same thing as his comedy jam stuff. It'll all be inside his head.
Yeah, it'll be total fantasy stuff, and I think it'll be brilliant.
I think it'll be really good. I think if they continue this kind of like fantasy world, real world type stuff, I think they're onto a winner for this one because it feels right.
I think if that's exactly what I was thinking, right? Mm-hmm. And if they do that, I think it's going to be an absolute belter. Yeah, I think it could be better than the first
previous one. Yeah.
If they go down that route.
The first one used King of Comedy as very much as a template. If you haven't seen the King of Comedy, I urge you immediately to stop this podcast, go and watch King of Comedy.
Not that far.
Okay, maybe not that far. After the podcast, go and watch that. It's just fantastic. Sandra Bernhardt, Robert De Niro. Maury's in it from Maury's Wigs. He's in it, listening in the background.
Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis as well, yeah. No, but do you know that Maury is in it?
No, I didn't know that.
So there's a bit in it where
explain who Maury is.
Maury's a featured character in Goodfellas. He owns Maury's Wigs, and he bankrolls part of Lufthansa heist, and he thinks he's owed money. And of course, the mob have other ideas for poor Maury, but he's just this hapless guy who sells wigs that apparently don't come off, but as he's getting shaken down, his wigs like
that's right.
That's very funny. But anyway, so him and Diane Carroll and Robert De Niro or Rupert Pupkin. It's right in there, Rupert Pupkin. They're having a meal together, and he's sitting across the way like this the whole time, just staring at them.
You must have watched this recently.
I've watched it. I watch this movie every year.
We watched King of Comedy not long after Joker because I was saying to Evelyn how I like, and we started watching it. She was like, "Oh my god, this is like
this is the same movie."
This is very, very, law-inducing, similar.
Yep.
Movie. But,
it is very much the same movie. Should we move on to the next segment?
Yeah, I think they've released that quite early though. That trailer, or that it's not a trailer. It's that teaser.
It's the same thing as the. Remember they did the one where it was the Joker comes out and
Oh, the makeup. It was a kind of
yeah, it was like a kind of makeup test thing. But there was
Yeah.
another one where he was like dancing in the street or something, probably beside a car.
Maybe it's just announced we're in production. Maybe that's just what it
Maybe,
is.
yeah.
You know,
I guess
it's
Joaquin
official.
has signed on to play Joker. Yeah. So
Good.
he's gonna have to lose a bit of weight then again.
Bummer.
That's gonna cause havoc.
I saw him putting out the bins the other day there.
Did you?
He's got a bit to go.
Beer belly.
Yeah.
So, what are you watching?
We forgot to do this. Well, we didn't forget to do it. You said, right, folks, but we're already after an hour, so we thought,
Yeah.
Prey was the big one. Well, in fact, it's been quite a big deal this week for stuff. We had Lightyear midweek, which we watched. I loved it. I thought it was a really charming film. I really enjoyed it.
I watched it as well. And I'm so glad, and maybe this will just annoy everybody who was like, oh, that's not the movie I wanted to watch. The way it was explained to me by the beautiful people at Pixar was, this is the movie that Andy sees, and then he wants the Buzz Lightyear toy. Yeah. And at the very start of Lightyear, they actually say, Andy got a Buzz Lightyear because he watched this movie.
That's
and
right.
That to me is just chef's kiss. Like, how else could you do a Buzz Lightyear movie?
Yeah.
It's perfect, and it also explains why Buzz Lightyear, the doll, doesn't sound like Chris Evans.
Yeah,
because none of these dolls sound like whoever they're supposed to be.
I
mean, it's Tom Hanks' brother that does the voice of Woody in all these things.
Oh, and the toys,
and all that kind of stuff.
Toys.
Yeah. Tom Hanks doesn't do them.
Yeah, well, do you know, people were criticising this movie, saying that, that's not the movie that Andy would have watched, because it would have been like a kind of 1950s, or 1960s sort of style. It wouldn't be a modern sci-fi movie like this.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care. I had a ball with this film. I thought it was fantastic. I wish I'd seen it in the cinema now. I thought it's some of the best visuals I've ever seen in a Pixar film.
Yeah, there was a bit in it as well where Buzz is explaining how he washed out of the academy, and it was Hawthorne he saw, and he's sitting there, and his hand's doing something, and it's just this kind of like these like subtle gestures, and I'm going like, that's animation, man. That's beautiful.
A lot of natural gestures in it. Yeah.
Two things I thought would be really annoying, and were not.
The
cat. I thought the cat would be the most annoying character in the world. He was not, especially when his circuits fried, and he says, "Oh, give us a torch," and he went through disco balls and all that kind of stuff, and then eventually got like a laser point, and he's like,
it's so funny. Are we going spoiler in this?
No, why not? Yeah, if you haven't seen it by now. And then the second one is Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he was great in it as well.
I thought he might spoil it, but his character was brilliant.
Yeah, I know.
Much needed, and the older woman as well. I don't know who played the older woman, but she was really good as well.
I really did have a good time with it. And I thought the character was treated well. I thought the support characters were all great, you know.
And it was that Interstellar thing as well, with the old plucking the old heartstrings at the start.
That's right.
That was completely just bottom lips going and all that kind of stuff. Brilliant, great movie.
I bought it. Completely.
Honestly, that's I've been kind of away from Pixar movies for a while because I felt they were a bit samey. I didn't watch was it Luca or whatever it was called.
I liked it. It was kind of more childish, more kiddie thing than the kind of heavy hitters like Soul and things like that. You know, but Luca was good. Raya, that was Disney though, wasn't it?
That was
that was a great film. I loved that film.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't Pixar.
Mm.
What was the last one
Soul.
before? No. Luca was after Soul. There's a couple that they released. Was it
Oh,
just
Turning
this?
Red.
Oh, Turning Red was the last one.
Is
Yeah,
that Pixar as well? Yeah.
yeah, which was okay.
I never watched that. So yeah, I wanted to see this one because it's Buzz Lightyear. Who doesn't want to see a Buzz Lightyear movie? And it was great. It was the interstellar part that I said at the start, and there was a nice wee bit of comedy in there. There was a lot of like soul searching and character building and journeys and all that kind of stuff. Just what you want from a movie.
The twist. Let's not spoil the twist because
Let's not spoil the twist. No,
I don't know how that never gets spoiled for me.
I don't know how it never gets spoiled for me either.
The Zurg twist.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The other big one. In fact, I've seen another big one, but anyway, like Prey was out. The Predator prequel.
Yep.
Which everyone's raving about, and quite rightly, it's great. I really enjoyed it. I still think, for my money, though, the Alien versus Predator movies are really good. The one where they go down in the ice.
Yeah, the big long.
Yeah, is that the first
corridor
one?
down? I think it might be.
I think that's up there with one of the best.
That's the one they go down. It's like an Inca temple.
Yeah.
And it keeps it keeps changing.
That's right. It keeps moving.
Thing inside. Yeah, that is really good. That one.
I think for me that's better, but this is probably third best.
I quite like the Shane Black one that he did recently.
I
know everyone hates it, and that is a controversial opinion. But
do you know what it is? It's so crude, and
it is. Yeah, Michael. What's his name? Keenan Michael.
No,
that guy. Keenan Michael Key. That's the guy. His character's very crude, but he does the Tourette's, and that's
I know.
How they explain
but that's the Shane Black's script, though.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Well, I know. Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah.
But aye. No, for my money, I would go Alien versus Predator, then Prey is my third favourite, and obviously Arnie's one's untouchable.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier on about Sandman. I'm three episodes in, but loving it.
Yeah,
I think I'm on the fourth. Actually, just started the fourth. Loving it. I tell you what, but that is the best looking special effects on a Netflix show I've seen, hands down.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, I know you're episode 1, but God, yeah, really good. James May, been watching James May.
Oh, Our Man in Italy.
Yeah.
I see. The thing is that because I was away for a month, and then I was out of commission for like 3 weeks. That's 7 weeks of TV I've got to pick up on. Do you know how difficult that is?
Yeah, I know. Well, I've almost finished that.
Is it as good as Our Man in Japan?
No, I prefer the Japan one.
Yeah.
But then I think the material's better. Japanese stuff's more quirky.
Yeah.
Italians are a bit more
conservative with a small c.
Yeah. I mean, he's good, obviously, but I prefer Japan.
Did you watch his cooking show?
I did a wee bit, but I get a bit fed up with it.
Did you?
It wasn't. It was okay.
That was required viewing in this house.
Oh, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we go put that cooking show on again.
Oh, really?
Okay.
What else did I watch? I watched loads this week.
I watched James May take apart a lawnmower once.
Well, I've watched things like that as well. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That was last night's viewing. Danny'd never seen it, so I was like, Indiana Jones is a character in Fortnite at the moment, and he's like, I said, you've never seen one of these films, so we're like, right, let's watch one. So he enjoyed it. I saw all the faults in it.
So you watch it in chronological order then?
No, that's the first one we've watched. Oh, well, I see what you mean. Order. Yeah, of course. That's true, actually. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
So we're going to watch Raiders next, and then we're going to watch Crusade. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Skull.
Aye, yeah.
You
I
might
don't
as
mind
well.
Skull as much, although
Skull's okay. It's got
probably when I
dumb
watch it
things
again,
in it, but
there's certain scenes that are annoying. But once you've watched Temple of Doom,
I quite like the alien bit at the end where it all goes shung, 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 shung.
yeah,
It's like that kind of they're in a multi-dimensional.
you've changed.
thing.
You've changed. You've softened.
I have softened to that movie. I
Yeah.
really have because I really hated that movie when it came out.
The worst scene is the monkey chase.
Monkey Chase is bad. The ants is bad.
Mance.
The fencing thing is bad. That whole sequence, in fact.
Yeah,
Just cut that entire sequence out there.
Yeah.
The Russians aren't good baddies.
No.
And also Kate Blanchett, who plays the Hyegian Russian woman, she doesn't play a great villain. But she can play a great villain because Taika Waititi directed her as Helen, and she was much better as that villain. So she can be a good villain.
I didn't mind her in Crystal Skull, but anyway, yeah, we will be watching them all. And like you say, I've inadvertently started watching them chronologically.
There you go.
So there you go. What else?
You also have to explain. You can now explain to your sons why when you fake throw a punch, you go like that because that's the noise that Indiana Jones makes when he
that's right.
Connects a punch.
Yep. There's a Prime show I've just started watching called Forever, and it's got the girl from Bridesmaids that's in Saturday Night Live.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh
no, Kristen Wiig.
No. Dark skin
Kelly
girl.
Kemper. Kelly Kapoor from The Office. Mindy Kaling.
Mindy
Kaling.
Oh, Mindy. Mindy
Kaling.
No.
It's not her. From Bridesmaids.
Yeah, I think she was in Bridesmaids. Talk amongst yourselves.
Maya Rudolph?
What would you call me?
Maya Rudolph?
Yes.
Got there eventually.
And Fred Armisen, who was the serial killer in Last Man on Earth.
Spoilers. But also, he was also created Portlandia as well, and he was in Saturday Night Live for years.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
By the way,
also he plays the drums.
We finished Last Man on Earth. That to crowbar that serial killer bit in was just how good was that? How good was that?
Do you know what? I'm really disappointed with is that we don't get a fourth season of Last Man on Earth because I think it would have been brilliant.
So that was the fourth season.
Sorry, fifth season. Sorry.
Like you went Chernobyl on me there.
No. Yeah, because I don't want to spoil it.
Anyway, but that just was one of the best moments with him in it. Loved it.
They end up in like orange groves or something. I don't want to spoil it too much, but they end up in like orange groves. Are like, where did all this come from?
Yeah.
And then they find out. Yeah, it's great.
I didn't mind how it ended actually. The season 4.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good ending, but it just I don't know. Felt like we could have done another season.
I could still do another season, but had to end at some point.
He's so good.
So good.
He's got the collar on. He's going.
So good. Oh, you're meaning the main guy?
Yeah.
Sandy. 2?
I know. Season 2 was the best one for me. I thought it was. I mean, they're all great, but I love season 2.
Brilliant show.
I watched Lightyear as well. Enjoyed it. I watched Trainwreck, which was the
I've seen that
docu-series on Netflix for Woodstock '99.
Oh no, I've not seen that. Sorry.
No, not that train wreck. Another train wreck.
Amy
You know
Schumer.
the Amy Schumer one,
Really?
yeah. No, this is it was a 3-part documentary because it was filmed over the 3 days of the Woodstock '99 thing. Wow. So
Good.
it's a great documentary. I recommend you watch it.
Right.
But no one in upper management at that place was accountable for anything.
Is that when
They,
people get crushed?
I
Stage
think
collapsed.
one person
Wow.
died. Four or five women were raped in mosh pits.
Oh.
I mean, it was
Dark.
bad stuff. I mean, just like unpleasantness of humanity coming out in people.
Oh dear.
They stopped the Fatboy Slim rave because somebody had stolen a truck and drove it into the crowd. Slowly, admittedly, but I mean, it was just like all this craziness going on. So, yeah, so it's 3 parts. It's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of Woodstock '99.
Hold on. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Okay.
Huh?
I'll mute you so that you just give me the thumbs up when you're ready.
I don't know what he's telling.
All right, okay. So you should watch Trainwreck anyway. It's 3 days, 3 hours, and they get everybody involved, including the guy that was involved in the Michael Scott Lang. There you go. There's a good name for you,
Scott Lang.
Scott Lang.
Scott.
So he did the interview and he died 3 months.
impression.
Died 3 months after the interview, and he's talking about it. Anyway, he's the guy that created the original Woodstock when he was 25.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I watched that. Also watched Bill Burr has got a new Netflix special called Live at Red Rocks.
I've watched it. I enjoyed
I thought it was hilarious.
So did
I thought it was great. It was back to because we remember we watched that Bill Burr and Friends or whatever it was.
I know, but that was just
He was
him
like-
being a compare.
I know,
It was
yeah.
rubbish. And everybody that was on it was rubbish. But yeah, the Red Rock thing's really good.
The Red Rock thing is
I like how
hilarious.
it's still because it's edgy. That's why I liked it.
Yeah.
It's edgy.
It's Bill Burr, but it's kind of funny because he's got 2 daughters now, and he's talking about how he's shouting at things.
I know.
And his kid comes through. You shouting at me, Daddy? No, never
really
you,
good.
sweetheart. Never you.
Really,
never
really
you.
good. Yeah.
He gives all these explanations. Yeah, and then the other thing I've watched is Sandman episode 1.
Yeah.
So
You've got a lot of catching up to do.
I have a lot of catching up to do. We tried. What was it we tried to watch the other day there? Oh, actually, I did. So Anime hadn't seen it, so we rewatched episode 5 of Obi-Wan. So we'll probably watch episode 6.
Oh, right, okay.
So that was good times actually.
Good.
Takes a long. It really does. Like it doesn't feel. It's like 40 minutes or something. It really doesn't feel like 40 minutes. That episode.
Particularly the last couple of episodes were really good.
Yeah, really good. Really good. Really good. And that's it. That's our show. So thank you very much for watching. If you want time reminders when we put a new video up, don't forget to hit the old subscribe button, notification bell, and YouTube will work its wonderful algos. And of course, comment as well and smash the old like button and share on social media to get the word out there about our channel. It really does help us, and we really do appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.